Welcome to our channel History of Coins, where we explore the hidden gems of numismatics. In today's video, we're diving into the fascinating world of U.S. state quarter-dollar coins, as some of these coins are rare and can make you rich overnight. In this video, we are gonna uncover the rarest coins and their values. So make sure to watch the complete video and find out if you have one of these. Now let's continue our today's video. Top 1 today, I invite you to lean in, listen closely, and get ready for a journey into one of the most beloved and surprisingly mysterious coins in the entire state quarter program. We're talking about the United States of America Connecticut State Quarter from 1999, a coin that has captured the attention of collectors for its beauty, its symbolism, and yes, its potential to be worth far more than 25 cents. If you love rare coins, hidden errors, and stories of unexpected value, then this is a video you don't want to miss. Let's begin with the story behind this iconic quarter. Released in 1999 as part of the very first year of the legendary 50 State Quarters program, the Connecticut State Quarter honored one of the most famous trees in American history, the charter oak. This massive, ancient white oak tree stood in Hartford for centuries and became a symbol of hidden strength when, according to legend, Connecticut's colonial charter was concealed inside the tree to protect it from being seized. When the United States Mint decided to launch the State Quarter series, the charter oak became the perfect emblem of resilience, independence, and local pride. The design captures the sprawling branches of the oak, forming a stunning natural silhouette. Collectors admire this coin not only for the history behind the design, but also for the intricate engraving work. The lines of the tree are detailed, deep, and dramatically complex compared to other quarters, making it an instant standout from the very first year of the series. But here's where things get especially interesting for collectors. Although millions of Connecticut quarters were minted, certain examples contain rare minting anomalies that turn this ordinary quarter into something extraordinary. These errors can include off-center strikes, double dies that create shadowed lettering, die cracks that leave raised lines across the coin, and even misaligned cladding that produces strange surface textures. Some coins show unusual weakness in the branches of the oak, while others display unexpected thickness in the digits of the date. Because this coin features such fine engraved detail, any minting shift or disturbance becomes more visible and more dramatic than on smoother designed quarters. Collectors pay special attention to 1999 quarters because that year marked the beginning of an enormous national collecting craze. The overwhelming demand for the coins put pressure on the mint, and whenever production is pushed to its limits, the likelihood of mistakes increases. That is why certain early-year state quarters have become hotspots for valuable errors, and the Connecticut issue is no exception. The rarity of these error coins does not lie in the total number minted, but in how few have survived in untouched, mint-fresh condition. Errors are already scarce, but finding a major error that has never seen circulation transforms the coin from an interesting oddity into a prized treasure. Collectors love the Connecticut quarter because its design invites stunning variations when a strike goes wrong, and those variations can elevate the coin's desirability dramatically. Imagine holding a coin that millions of people passed without a second thought, yet your version carries a rare flaw that makes it one of only a handful known to exist. That is the thrill of coin hunting. That is why collectors examine every edge, every branch, every letter, hoping to uncover that one extraordinary piece that others overlooked. Now, stay with me, because this is the part you're waiting for. After exploring the design, understanding the historical importance, and learning about the rare errors that make this coin so captivating to collectors, it's time to talk about value. Certain exceptional Connecticut State Quarter errors from 1999, preserved in outstanding condition, have been reported by collectors and specialists to reach an incredible value of $85,000. So check your change jars, revisit your old coin folders, and look closely at every 1999 Connecticut quarter you come across. You never know, you might be holding a tiny piece of American history worth far more than you ever imagined. Top 2, I want you to lean in close, because the coin we're exploring is one that every serious collector should know about. It's a coin that carries deep American history, powerful symbolism, and in some rare cases, a surprising financial twist. This is the United States of America Saratoga Quarter from 2015, a piece that represents one of the most important turning points in the American Revolutionary War. And if you enjoy stories where history meets hidden value, stay with me, because this is a coin worth listening to very carefully. The Saratoga Quarter was released in 2015 as part of the America the Beautiful series. Unlike most modern coins, this one features a dramatic moment frozen in time: the surrender at Saratoga in 1777. This was the moment when British General John Burgoyne handed over his sword, marking a victory that shifted the momentum of the entire war. Instead of showing landscapes or monuments, the design focuses on two hands and a sword, a simple but powerful image that captures the essence of surrender and newfound American strength. The phrase Saratoga 1777 and the words British surrender make the message of the coin unmistakable. It is bold, symbolic, and meaningful. Collectors love this coin not only for its design, but for the story that comes with it. A coin that represents one of the most decisive American victories instantly carries emotional weight. But for those who search deeper, the Saratoga Quarter is also known for something else: a range of rare and fascinating minting errors that transform an everyday quarter into a highly valuable discovery. Some of the most desirable errors include off-center strikes that shift the main image into unusual positions, double dies that create shadow-like overlapping on the letters or the hands, and clipped planchets where part of the metal is missing, creating a curved bite along the edge. There are also rotational errors where the front and back images do not align correctly. Even subtle die cracks running near the sword or between the letters can turn a plain coin into a collectible gem. Because the designs of the hands and sword involve so many fine details, small minting mistakes become easy to spot, yet incredibly rare to find. Now, here is where the excitement begins. While the Saratoga Quarter was produced in large numbers, only a tiny fraction carries these rare flaws. Most coins went straight into circulation, tossed into pockets, cash registers, parking meters, and coin jars. But the rarest ones, the ones with unusual errors or perfectly preserved surfaces, escaped everyday use. These are the coins collectors dream of discovering. The thrill comes from examining a simple quarter that most people ignore and realizing it might be a hidden treasure. What makes error coins from this year especially desirable is the sharpness of the design. Every line of the sword, every fold in the sleeves, every curve of the wrist is clear and crisp. When an error occurs, even the smallest disturbance creates a visible distortion. Minor shifts become dramatic, and dramatic shifts become unforgettable. This is why specialized collectors pay close attention to 2015 quarters, especially those struck in the early batches where minting pressure and die alignment were less stable. Imagine flipping over a handful of change and suddenly spotting a sword that looks doubled, lettering that leans strangely, a clip missing from the metal, or a misaligned strike that moves the entire historical scene to one side. That moment of discovery is pure adrenaline for coin hunters. And because only a small number of these stunning mistakes are known, their value in the collecting world skyrockets. Now you've stayed with me through the story, the symbolism, the rarity, and the thrilling possibilities hidden within this modern quarter. So it's time for the moment you've been waiting for. Certain exceptional mint error examples of the 2015 Saratoga Quarter, especially those preserved in outstanding condition, have been reported by collectors and grading specialists to reach an impressive value of $83,000. So check your change, search your rolls, and look closely at every 2015 Saratoga Quarter you come across. Your next great treasure could be hiding in plain sight. Happy collecting, and may your next coin hunt lead you to something unforgettable. Top 3, we're diving into the United States of America Oklahoma State Quarter from 2008, a coin full of beauty, symbolism, and mystery. If you enjoy discovering the secrets behind coins that millions of people overlook every single day, this is the video you've been waiting for. The Oklahoma Quarter, released in 2008, celebrates the natural pride of the Sooner State with one of the most graceful designs in the entire 50-state series. The reverse side features the scissor-tailed flycatcher, the official state bird, gliding effortlessly above a field of Indian blanket flowers. The scene captures movement, elegance, and the open spirit of Oklahoma's vast landscapes. Collectors praise this coin because its design is full of delicate lines, feather detail, and floral texture that set it apart from more rigid or geometric state quarters. But beyond its beauty, this coin marks an important time in United States coinage history. The Oklahoma quarter was one of the final releases in a 10-year series that reignited interest in collecting across the country. By 2008, millions of people were paying attention to new state quarters, coin rolls were being searched like treasure chests, and the mint was working at full production capacity. And as any seasoned collector knows, when production levels surge, unexpected errors can slip through the cracks. That is where things get exciting. Although the Oklahoma quarter was minted in large numbers, rare errors make a tiny fraction of them stand out as truly special pieces. Some quarters display dramatic off-center strikes, shifting the bird or flowers noticeably out of place. Others show doubling on the lettering, wings, or flower petals, the kind of double-die errors that collectors dream about. A few feature clipped planchets where a crescent-shaped bite is missing from the metal. There are also coins with die cracks, forming raised lines across the wings, or the phrase United States of America, turning a flaw into a unique signature. Because the design of this coin contains so many fine details, any minting error becomes instantly visible. The feathers of the scissor-tailed flycatcher are so detailed that even a small shift or doubling becomes dramatic. The petals of the Indian blanket flowers contain tiny lines that exaggerate even the smallest die disturbance. And that is exactly why error collectors love this quarter. The design itself amplifies every mint mistake, making rare versions incredibly eye-catching. What makes these rare Oklahoma quarter errors even more fascinating is how easily they can hide in plain sight. Millions of people carried this coin in their pockets without ever noticing the possibility of something unusual. Some were tossed into parking meters, vending machines, or change jars. But the true treasures are the coins that escaped circulation untouched, still holding sharp edges, bold luster, and crisp details. When you combine pristine condition with a major mint error, you get a coin that instantly jumps from pocket change to a prized collectible. Collectors often describe the thrill of finding a valuable Oklahoma quarter as one of the most exciting moments in modern coin hunting. It's the kind of coin that encourages people to look twice, flip every quarter under the light, and inspect every small detail with anticipation. The idea that a small, ordinary-looking coin could carry an extraordinary hidden value is exactly why this hobby continues to inspire so many people. Now you've stayed with me through the story, the symbolism, the design, and the rare and beautiful errors that make this coin so sought after. So it's time for the moment you've been waiting for. Exceptional error examples of the 2008 Oklahoma State quarter, preserved in truly remarkable condition, have been reported by collectors and grading experts to reach an amazing value of $80,000. So keep searching your coin rolls. Check your change carefully, and never underestimate the treasure that might be hiding inside an ordinary quarter. Happy collecting, and may your next discovery be your greatest one yet. Top 4, we're exploring a coin that millions of people have handled without ever realizing what secrets it might hold. This is the United States of America Oregon State quarter from 2005, one of the most scenic and artistically striking quarters in the entire state quarter program. If you love coins with breathtaking designs, unexpected rarities, and hidden errors that can transform a simple piece of change into a collector's prize, then stay tuned and listen very carefully. Released in 2005, the Oregon quarter features one of the most iconic natural wonders in North America, Crater Lake. The design shows the deep blue lake surrounded by dramatic cliffs and evergreen trees, with Wizard Island rising from the center like a quiet volcanic jewel. The scenery is serene, powerful, and unforgettable. Many collectors consider the Oregon quarter to be one of the most beautiful in the entire 50-state collection, thanks to its clean lines, natural detail, and calm atmosphere. But this coin's appeal goes far beyond its picture-perfect design. The year 2005 was a time of extremely high public interest in collecting, which put pressure on the mint to produce vast quantities quickly. And as experienced collectors know, when the mint works at high speed, minting errors, the very mistakes that turn ordinary coins into valuable finds, become much more likely. The Oregon quarter is famous among collectors because its natural design makes mint mistakes easy to spot. Some coins were struck off-center, causing the lake or the trees to shift dramatically toward the edge. Others showed doubling on the words Oregon, Crater Lake, or United States of America, creating a shadow effect that immediately catches the eye. There are also examples with die cracks running along the cliffs or through the trees, creating raised lines that were never meant to be part of the artwork. Some rare pieces even show partial missing cladding, where the metallic layering failed and exposed unexpected textures on the surface. Because the design is so detailed, even a tiny misalignment becomes visually striking. A small shift in the cliffs looks like a change in the landscape. A doubling in the trees creates an eerie layered effect, and the wide open lake in the center makes any shift or distortion particularly noticeable. This is why collectors search through Oregon quarters with extra attention. Small mistakes here don't hide, they shine, and the excitement doesn't end there. The rarest of all Oregon quarters are the ones that combine a major mint error with brilliant uncirculated condition. Millions of these coins went straight into circulation, tossed into pockets, coffee shop cash drawers, toll booths, and glove compartments. But only a tiny number escaped the wear and scratches of everyday use. When a coin with a strong error also remains sharply struck, glossy, and untouched, its collectible potential increases dramatically. These rare survivors are the coins that collectors dream about, the ones that get mounted in protective cases, sent to grading companies, and proudly displayed in serious collections. They stand as reminders that even modern coins, even coins still familiar in everyday life, can hide extraordinary surprises to as you look through your change, your coin jars, and your old quarter rolls. Take your time with the Oregon quarter. Hold it under good light. Tilt it slowly. Look for doubling, cracks, shifted edges, or strange surface textures. The thrill of finding something rare is one of the reasons this hobby is so addicting, and this coin has proven again and again that it can hold real surprises. Now that you've heard the history, the meaning, the design story, and the hidden errors that make this coin so special, it's time for the moment you've been waiting for. Certain exceptional mint error examples of the 2005 Oregon State Quarter, especially those preserved in remarkable condition, have been reported by collectors to reach a value of $78,000. Top 5 Today's journey takes us to the land of 10,000 lakes, where one of the most surprising and talked about modern state quarters was born. This is the United States of America Minnesota State Quarter from 2005, a coin that looks peaceful and simple on the surface, but hides some of the most fascinating and valuable mint errors discovered in the entire state quarter program. So settle in, pay close attention, and enjoy, because this one is a favorite among experienced collectors and a thrilling discovery for beginners. The Minnesota Quarter, released in 2005, celebrates the state's serene beauty with a design that immediately feels calm and natural. The scene shows a quiet lake lined with tall pine trees, a pair of people fishing in a small boat, and a loon gliding across the water. In the background, hundreds of trees rise along the shoreline. This detail, the dense forest, would soon become the center of one of the most famous error varieties in modern U.S. coinage. Collectors love this coin's artwork because it captures the spirit of Minnesota's outdoor life. The lakes, the wildlife, and the peaceful sense of nature. But what makes this coin legendary isn't just the design. It's the mistakes, unexpected minting errors that slipped through production and created extremely rare varieties worth serious money. The most famous errors on the Minnesota Quarter are known as the extra tree varieties. Because the design includes so many thin tree trunks, when a die is damaged or incorrectly polished, extra lines sometimes appear beside the trees. These raised lines look like additional tree trunks, and depending on the die's condition, some coins show one extra tree, two extra trees, or even multiple ghost trees in the background. These rare varieties are so unusual and so numerous that entire guides have been written just to identify their different forms. Collectors especially hunt for the extra tree varieties because small changes become instantly visible against the dense forest design. What makes it even more exciting is that there are dozens of known varieties, some extremely rare and others nearly impossible to find in circulation. It's like a treasure map with several hidden routes, and each variation carries its own level of rarity and value. But that's not the only type of error found on this coin. Some Minnesota quarters show off-center strikes, where the fishing boat appears shifted. Others have double die errors on the words Minnesota, land of 10,000 lakes, or United States of America. A few display die cracks that cut through the waves or the trees, creating raised lines that weren't part of the original artwork. And some rare pieces show clipped planchets, where part of the metal blank is missing, giving the coin a curved edge that collectors prize. Because the design includes water, trees, people, and text, nearly any mint disturbance becomes immediately noticeable. A slight doubling in the trees looks like a shadow. A crack across the lake looks like a ripple. A misalignment makes the entire scene tilt just enough to catch the eye. This is why so many collectors say the Minnesota quarter is one of the most fun to search. It almost invites you to discover something unusual. What makes the rarest Minnesota-era quarters even more valuable is condition. Many of these coins went straight into circulation, tossed into pockets and purses, vending machines, and cash registers. But a small number survived in brilliant, uncirculated shape, showing crisp details, clean surfaces, and full mint luster. When a major error combines with high-grade preservation, the coin transforms from a small curiosity into a coveted collector's prize that when you're checking your rolls, searching your coin jars, or examining your pocket change. Take your time with the Minnesota quarter. Look closely at the trees, study the water, and tilt the coin under a bright light. You never know when one of those mysterious extra tree varieties or another rare error might be hiding right in front of you. Now that you've learned the story, the beauty, and the rare minting mistakes that make this coin so exciting, it's time for the moment you've been waiting for. Exceptional error varieties of the 2005 Minnesota State Quarter, especially those preserved in excellent condition, have been reported by collectors to reach a value of $76,000. Happy collecting, and may your next discovery be your biggest one yet.